Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of I Am LaToya Rena. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, hey y'all, today is our week 39 guys, GLP-1 update.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Y'all, I'm so excited. I've been dying to record and give y'all the rundown on what's going on. So as y'all know, if y'all watched the previous video, you know I ran out of my compounded semaglutide. I had COVID. I just took some Wegovy that I had to bridge me over until I didn't have COVID anymore. And, you know, the intent was to go and pick up my new for lack of a better word, package or vial of compounded semaglutide. I did do that last week. I got my, compounded semaglutide. I'm currently taking 68 units each week, which is equivalent to 1.7 milligrams of Wegovy. So I did take that last week. And y'all, I am excited to report that, last week I was like 174 and some change. Today, I am 169 and some change. So y'all, I lost some weight and I'm so excited. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason to it. I didn't lose any when I had done that Wegovy to bridge over in between the compounded semaglutide dosages. But I definitely lost once I injected myself with the compounded semaglutide in week 39. So that's exciting. It's great. That's what I was hoping for. I have noticed that my appetite is suppressed. However, I am having cravings. So like just random cravings. And so with that being said, I am more interested in eating. That's something I hadn't really been into, on and off throughout this journey. But once I eat, like I have to definitely do portion control. And not like portion control like someone who's overeating. It's a matter of like, this is not a typical portion. Like this is a below average portion. And I have to be mindful and say, even though this is small, you got to go even smaller. Because although you're excited to eat this, you are not going to finish this. So, say for example, y'all, I don't know why, but I wanted some wings. So I got me some wings the other day and I ordered 10 and I only ate 5. So that's what I mean when I say, a small or regular portion, you want to cut that bad boy into some, increments, whether it's half, a quarter, whatever, I don't know. So for me, it was pretty much like anytime I had a meal, I was eating half. I was making sure throughout week 39 to get my leafy greens in because, the previous week I was having constipation issues. So I had kale salads all throughout week 39. I had some cabbage, just different things. Definitely got my green vegetables in. And that's helped. I haven't been constipated at all in week 39. So thank God for that. So all things are going good, I think. I mean, I'm not constipated. I am eating. I am losing weight. I still have the desire to work out. I went maybe 3 times in week 39. And it was great. And then even the days that I wasn't at the gym, I was like, doing a lot of things. Like I did deep cleaning in my house, which I ultimately ended up burning quite a bit of calories and ended up doing quite a bit of steps. So what I'm getting at is that I did move my body each and every day in week 39. And between that and being on the compounded semaglutide and, being more mindful of what I was eating as far as like from a vegetable standpoint, I was able to lose, 5 pounds? So that's pretty dope. Super excited. I have been getting a question from just people in my day-to-day life like, well, what's your goal? Y'all, I don't know. This is a moving target. You know what I mean? Like I had said weeks and weeks, if not months ago, that I didn't want to be in the 160s, and here I am in the 160s, and I'm like, I could lose some more of this pooch on my belly. I'm not trying to get this big, you know, I don't want that. But I definitely, I'm like, would like to lose more off my belly, you know what I mean? And I'd like to tone. I really want to get toned. I really want to have nice sexy arms and a sexy back, and I want my butt to sit up a little higher, and just, you know, just being real with you guys, you know what I mean? So we have some things we want to accomplish and achieve, and I'm just so grateful that I'm almost there. Hold on a second, y'all, let me think about that. I started at 230 and I'm 169. What is that? That's 61 pounds, y'all. I know what I'm putting in the title of this. 61 pounds gone. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Just hearing that. Like, you know, when I hit 40 pounds, it's like, whoa. When I hit 50 pounds, it's like, whoa. 60 pounds. Honey. GLP-1 meds work. Okay, what else do I want to share with y'all? Oh, I officially, okay, so lately I've been wearing Grey's Anatomy Barcode scrubs, and Barcode, and I think it's Circlo or Cyclo or something, I don't know, it's Grey's Anatomy scrubs by Barcode, and I am in a small top and a medium bottom now. For a while I've been medium top, large bottom, but now I'm small top, medium bottom. And I mean, I still got some thighs, still got a little bottom, you know, but we've slimmed down, and that's pretty dope. My thighs aren't rubbing together anymore. Maybe I can salvage some clothes, because that's a thing, you know what I mean, with your thighs rubbing together, your leggings or whatever you're wearing, they just don't, jeans don't hold up well. So maybe I won't run through clothes as much. I did, like, when I was deep cleaning and stuff like that, I did like get rid of so many jeans, because I had 1X jeans, I think I had a couple of 2X jeans, and all them bad boys had to go. So I kept my size 15 jeans. Those are, you know, pretty comfortable. A couple of them are snug. They don't have as much like spandex in them as the other ones that are comfortable. So that's where I'm at from a pant size, dress size. I mentioned to y'all, I think last week, that I had took some brand new marketing photos for my real estate business, and the dress that I was wearing was a size 8, and so that's dope, because I hadn't worn that dress in like last time I wore that dress, it was to a wedding, and it had to be like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So that was dope to see, and I may insert a photo or two of me in those clothes now in the video. And I may insert a photo of when I took some branding and marketing photos last May. So hadn't quite been a year yet. Right before I began my GLP-1 journey, so we can compare and contrast. Different outfits though. I was in like a blazer top and pants, and in the photos that I just took last week, I was in just like a dress. So not the best comparison, but I might plug that in here for you guys to see the difference, because that's a give or take 60-pound difference. So super excited about everything that's happening. God is so good. I'm telling you, like, just the fact that I've been able to continue to stay on this medication even though my insurance isn't covering it, yeah, that's God. And I'm just so excited. And guess what, y'all? I am finding more and more people are on GLP-1 meds. Like, when I first started the journey, I was like, I knew a couple of people, but like now I'm finding more and more people are on it. And like, for example, my esthetician that does my waxes and stuff, I've been noticing she's been losing weight. Sure enough, she's on compounded semaglutide she gets from a med spa, and we were talking about it. And the pricing, it initially sounds good because it's cheaper for the lower dosages, but at the point that I'm at now, I'd still be paying about $300-400 a month. So it's the same thing. But like, she's losing, she's lost, y'all, she lost like 30 pounds in like 2-3 months. And she's got some more room to go and stuff like that. But it's kind of dope seeing other people on the journey with you because they can relate. Because I don't know if it's like this where you're at, but it's still, you know, some people still kind of look at you as like you're cheating or something like that if you're on the medication, when in reality, or at least, well, I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself and say that I have found that being on Wegovy compounded semaglutide, it's not cheating to me because I'm still mindful of what I eat. I'm what I feel is very active, especially for someone who works full-time, who's got a real estate business they're trying to build, that's got 2 children, and one of my children has special needs and stuff like that. So considering all the things that I have going on in my life, the fact that I work out 3 to 5 times a week, I think is freaking amazing. So with that being said, I don't feel like I'm cheating in my weight loss journey by taking a GLP-1 med. I think that it is, between that and the changes that I've made in my life to focus more on my health, I think between all of that, that is what's got me to the point that I'm at today. I think that of course I've lost the weight faster than I would have just doing it by diet and exercise, but I don't think I would have lost as much had I not been, you know, being mindful of what I'm eating and exercising while on the GLP-1 med, if that makes sense. So I think just kind of incorporating all of it, you know, being mindful of my protein. Like, I never paid attention to my protein intake until I got on Wegovy and compounded semaglutide, but that's something that I think about every day is, have I gotten enough protein? Have I, you know, consumed enough vegetables? You know, have I do think about, have I drunk enough water? That is probably the one thing that I do struggle with the most is water intake. But like being on this journey, I've definitely become even more mindful of the things that I need to do in order to maintain and continue to lose the weight that I'm trying to lose. So, and gain the muscle that I'm trying to gain. So I say all that to say, I am so excited. I feel so encouraged. I hope that you guys feel encouraged by this, especially the folks that are, you know, maybe you are someone who has been on whatever GLP-1 med for a prolonged period of time. You haven't really lost any weight, and you're feeling discouraged. I have a coworker like that. She's like, I'm on like 1.7 of Wegovy, and I've lost like, I think she said like 10 pounds or something, and she's discouraged. And I think it's just important for folks to know that your body and your genetics and all of that are different from the next person. And you never know, going up to that next dose may be the game changer for you, and things go the way that you're hoping that they'll go. You know, not everybody's losing 10 pounds on the 0.25 milligram dose of Wegovy, or on the lowest dose of compounded semaglutide, or whatever you're on. Some people shed it all early, and then they, you know, that are stagnant. Everybody's different. So I really, 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 really want to reiterate the fact that nobody's journey is going to be the same. And that this is your story, this is your journey, and to not compare, but to, you know, maybe use other folks as like, kind of like a guide or support, but not compare, if that makes sense. Because just because I've lost 60 pounds between June and, what is this, we're pushing the end of March, but I follow a YouTuber that lost 100 pounds in that time frame. You know what I mean? I could be sitting there like, well, dang, she lost all this, what am I doing wrong? You know, no. Comparison is the thief of joy, so please don't do that. But definitely, you know that it does work. It can work. You can't rely solely on the medication if you want to see, you know, fast, quick results. You know, you're gonna have to make lifestyle changes, and I feel like everybody should be making lifestyle changes anyway on these medications, because one day you're not going to be on this med, or maybe one day you're not going to have access to this med, or whatever the case may be. And what are you going to do? I really hope that you start seeing the results that you're looking for. And I really hope that, you know, things continue to go well for each and every one of you. Because I think this is what we've all been kind of seeking, is reaching our weight loss goals and feeling better. I was telling somebody last night, I was like, very seldom do I hurt anymore. Like, my joints don't hurt anymore. But it's probably because I don't have 60 extra pounds on top of it. You know what I mean? So anyway, if you like the content that I'm offering to you, please make sure that you hit the like button as well as the subscribe button, so that when new content posts, you are one of the first people to see it. It also helps this channel grow. I will be posting new content here very soon, so stay tuned for that. But until then, bye.